Hey everyone! Would you or have you ever paid overs for a bag or anything designer? So this might be where something's really hard to find or something's been discontinued, you really want it, you go onto one of these websites like Fashion File, The Real, Vestiaire Collective, eBay even. You find the bag you want, it's brand new, it's been bought by someone with the intention, a lot of the times, not all the time, but it's been bought by someone with the intention of reselling it for more money, and that's the only reason why it's up there. Have you ever paid over the odds for any item? That's what we're going to talk about. And I also want to talk about personal shoppers versus resellers and the difference as I see it, because the two, there is a thin grey line between the two here, and I'm going to actually talk about both. So just to explain, a personal shopper is someone who doesn't go in and mass buy the most exciting pair of trainers at the moment in every size and then puts them on eBay or any of these websites to sell them. A personal shopper is someone who does it for a living. You contact them, you're after one particular item, maybe they have contacts somewhere and they will try and source that item for you. A reseller is someone who goes, as I say, they go and get their hands on the most popular item at the moment. They buy it in all the colours they can get their hands on. They might buy shoes, they will buy it in all the sizes they can get their hands on, and they do that with a simple view of reselling to people that can't buy them, because people like them have kind of bought a lot of what's going on, and they do it with the intention of marking up those prices and then selling it on to those of us who couldn't get our hands on them. The idea for this video has actually come from one of you, and you don't want your name read out, which is fine, and for the intents of this video we're going to call you Jay. So Jay has written to me about a situation, and everyone, Jay is looking for your advice. I've already shared with her what I think, and I will share with you at the end of this what I think, but she's really looking for advice from everyone watching, so please have a listen and share below in the comments what you would personally do in this situation. So here we go. Dear Sophie, I'm okay if you want to bring this up on your channel, but please refer to me as Jay. I love your channel, and I saw that you've been doing emails now, which I'm doing emails as opposed to you writing to me, because that's just a nightmare, stuff never turns up, and you wanted to ask my opinion on something. So you've gone on to say that for the past 3 months you have been eyeing up the Louis Vuitton bum bag in the monogram. You were never able to snag one, and then it was officially discontinued recently. You said that you follow a few accounts on Instagram that are either personal shoppers or resellers, and one of those resellers had an excellent condition bum bag, basically new. You were so excited about it that you figured you would be okay to pay over retail, and you did pay over retail, nearly $900 over retail for that bag. Now, at the time of this letter, and I think at the time currently, because this letter only came through last week, Jay has put down a non-refundable deposit of $600. So she hasn't paid the $900 just yet. She's only put $600 down, and that is non-refundable. And you've said at this point that you are really, you've underlined that, you are really upset with yourself because you went over your budget for a bag like that. Especially you feel as it could be a trend piece. You also said you've been eyeing up the bag, but you also really kind of wanted the Lady Dior in the medium size. Jay is unsure what to do. You go on to say that you possibly might resell it, but you don't know if you're going to make your money back. And you say, certainly if I resell it now, you can't see yourself making the money back. You kind of have to keep hold of it and resell it in the future. Regardless, you say, instead of that initial excitement, I feel sad. You go on to say, I would be okay paying the full retail price, but now I feel sick thinking I paid so much more for it. What would I recommend? And I'm asking all of you, I will tell you what I've recommended, Jay, but I would ask all of you, please share what you would recommend. And I would say with this, and this is something I thought, we've really got to think here. Jay has put down £600 non-refundable deposit. So regardless of whether you would personally pay overs for a bag or not, put yourself in that situation. And that's what I said to Jay, is I would like it if we all put ourselves in Jay's situation and really thought about, what would I do? I've put the 600 down, I'm not going to get that back. What would I do in that situation? Now, when I was talking to Jay, she actually wrote back as well and went on to say that actually, despite what she said in this letter, she loves that bag. She loves it. It's discontinued. She can't get it. She's also said that she can go on to see herself still wearing it in 5 years' time. And to me, Jay, that says it all. I know that you've put this £600 down, and whether you should or shouldn't have done it or how you feel about it's irrelevant. The fact is, you have actually said, I love that bag. In 5 years' time, you can still see yourself wearing it. Now, my personal thoughts on that particular bag, which looks like this, by the way, I've been showing you through this. Don't know what other people think about it, but whether it is or isn't a trend at the moment, for me, that bum bag is, like, a bum bag's quite a classic thing. Yes, it could be a trend at the moment, but the shape of it overall, like a bum bag looks like a bum bag. They've never changed. I had bum bags when I was a kid. I used to keep my sweets in them and stuff like that. That overall shape of bum bag has never changed. So actually, that bag that you're in the process of buying, even when the bum bag trend dies out, the shape is still classic enough that in the future, it's not like the saddlebag. I always talk about the saddlebag. I own the saddlebag and I like it, but the saddlebag is, like, in my mind, a really good example of a quirky shape of bag that has got massive potential of going out of style at some point. Whereas if you buy something that's kind of like a bucket bag or a top handle, or, you know, like a Boston bag shape, or even a bum bag, that overall shape has always been here. So I think you're gonna be fine. So what do we all think? Regardless of whether you're someone that would have done that or not, what do we all think? Here is what I told Jay, and we're gonna go on to talk about personal shoppers, what we all think of them. I put out a poll and I'm going to read out some of you who gave me your feedback on it. My personal thoughts, and this is what I've said to Jay, is that the £600 you're not going to get back. I would not personally want to lose £600 for a bag that you're already talking about enjoying in 5 years' time, seeing as you've already put the 600 down. If it was a bag that I put 600 down and suddenly I was like, oh, it's gross, I really don't like it, what was I thinking? That's a whole different topic. But you're actually talking about a bag that you have claimed you love. But you're actually talking about a bag that you've already said you love, and you're talking about a bag that you've already said, when you project into the future, you're like, I can still see myself wearing it. If I was you, I'd go ahead and put the other 900 down and buy it, because it's better than losing 600, and at least you're getting a bag that you know you love. And I did also say to Jay didn't pay the 600 with credit card, but I have said to Jay, and I will say it to any of you watching, whether you're buying new or used or off a reseller, make sure you pay with a credit card. Because let's say Jay orders it, I'm sure this won't happen. Let's say Jay orders it and it doesn't turn up, or Jay's not happy with it. If you pay with a credit card, there is the chargeback scheme, and your credit card will help you. So never pay by debit card, always pay by credit card. And yeah, I've said to Jay, pay by credit, and then at least your £900 is safe. And that's my thoughts on it, but let me know what you think, and let Jay know what you think as well. Jay, as I say, is watching this video and she's really interested to see what the feedback is. So yeah, leave that below. Personal shoppers and resellers, what do I think of them? Well, I did a poll 2 days ago, and I said to all of you, what would you do? Would you ever spend overs on a bag or anything, or would you not? Or have you done it, and why did you do it, and how did you feel about it? And I had a lot of you write back, actually, and unfortunately I can't read out everything that you were saying, but I've got some of you who said yes, I'd do it, and some of you who said absolutely I would not. The first comment is from Lucy Stokes, and Lucy has said, for myself, no way. No matter how much I liked it, there will always be another item in the future that I like just as much, if not more. There are always new releases at all times. I would just wait. Good point. There's always new things out there. There's always something new and we see it and we're like, I really want that. I get it. The next comment from someone who would spend overs is from Liz BD. And Liz has said, it depends on how much more. If it's an extreme amount, then no. But if it's just a small premium, then yes, especially if I really wanted it and it was an investment. Another one from someone who said, yes, I would. This is from Lex Academic. And Lex has said, yes, I would. Just as I would buy a secondhand Rolex at above retail price, because that's the going price for getting your hands on one in a timely manner. Hope I'm pronouncing this right. Aileros Dia has said, for me, absolutely not. I feel like some resellers get their hands on hard to find items just to resell them for crazy prices, and I won't support that. I can pass and just buy something else that I love. And I will say that there was a real mix of you. It wasn't, I was expecting there to be lots of people saying no, but actually there was quite a split, and people's reasoning for going in each direction is quite different. But it seems that a lot of people, the core thing is lots of people that were saying I wouldn't spend over were doing it because they were thinking, well, there's always going to be something else that I want that I don't have to pay overs for. But then also the people that were saying yes, I would pay overs for, were saying it because they were like, well, if I really wanted that item and if I couldn't get it, then yes, I would. The reason why I don't like the whole reseller thing, I feel like it's, and it's no I don't mean to disrespect any of you watching who are resellers, but here are my reasonings for it. Whether you're a personal shopper or a reseller, that's a business. If we take personal shoppers, it's normal that that personal shopper will charge a percentage of whatever it is that they've sourced for you. And that I get. Everyone needs to eat, everyone needs to earn money, and there is nothing wrong with earning money, and I'm all for that. Something that I find quite frustrating is the reseller thing though, because the way reselling works is that the more you buy, the higher you get up the food chain, if you want to call it that, in these designer boutiques. And a lot of resellers can end up being in the sort of top 10 category of people that will ever be offered any of the bags, particularly the hot ones. And this is why you might see that a lot of bags tend to, you'll see bags on the runway coming out of new collections and they won't even hit the shelves. And that's because before they hit the shelves, it's really normal for SAs to contact their top customers and say, hey, is there anything you want? Pay a deposit, we'll put it aside for you, you can come in and buy it. Don't worry, no one else is going to get it, it's not even going to hit the shelf. And that's a really common thing to do. And for me, with the whole reselling thing, I think the problem is that it goes against the average Joe. It goes against the small man, if you want to call it that. Those of us who want to be able to get our hands on things, not to resell them, not to make money on them, but to use them and enjoy them. And that's where I find it quite frustrating. Now, for example, I have this bag, which is a, it actually came out in, I think it was spring summer collection in 2021. And when I saw it, I was desperate for it. I don't have a white bag like this. And it turned out that it was a really popular bag in a popular color in caviar, which was also popular on this particular bag. And I was told, there's no way you're going to get it, because I don't spend enough to be up the list, with the big players. So I didn't think I was going to get it, and the only reason why I did get it is it was a cancelled order, and I had been pestering my SA, kind of saying, I really want it, I really want it, and he managed to get it for me. So that is how that happened. But before I thought I was even going to get that bag, I was having a look on Vestiaire Collective, and I was actually quite disappointed, because Vestiaire Collective was full of that particular bag, but not just in the white, in every colour it came out in that collection. And that bag, when I bought it, was 3,200, and it was on Vestiaire, not joking, for over £5,000. Now personally for me, doesn't matter how much I like something, I wouldn't pay that for it. If it was sort of £500 more, then I would. but I wouldn't pay that sort of money more. I mean, I'd have to really want the item to do that. You know me, I like a deal. I like to know I'm paying a fair price. If something's really rare, if something's really popular, if it's been discontinued, and the resale extra price is sort of in the reasonable bracket, then I possibly would, but I wouldn't spend thousands to get something that I couldn't get before. And so I do find this practice of people being able to blatantly go into stores, not just buy one, but buy, you know, a few different bags in different colours and then go and stick them up online after. I find that quite frustrating. Now, I know that in some stores, they're trying to stamp that out. So, for example, I was in a boutique a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't Chanel. I won't say who, but it wasn't Chanel. And a customer walked in and was talking to an SA, and the SA was talking to me after, because the SA is my SA, but my appointment was after this gentleman came in, and the gentleman was asking about a particular bag, and he was sent away, and my SA told me that guy's a reseller and he comes in all the time and he tries to pick up not just one bag, but that one bag in every colour. And he said, so we just tell him now that it's not in stock. And I was really surprised by that. And he said, no, we want genuine customers to be able to buy these bags and enjoy them. We don't want people coming in, buying them, and then, you know, that week putting them online and trying to get more money out of people that were not fortunate enough to get them. And I like that. As I say, everyone's got to make a living, everyone's got to earn their money, and I totally get it. But if you are into this kind of thing, I do find it frustrating when you can't get it, because they're all over like eBay and Vesta Collective and stuff like that. I also happen to know that in Chanel, you, like last year, I went and bought 2 pairs of trainers in the same month because I wanted both, but the second pair weren't available, or I didn't think they were going to come in this certain colour. And within the same month, I managed to get both. And even when I got to the checkout guy said to me, by the way, you're not allowed to buy any more trainers. I think, from memory, I think it's 2 pairs a month, which is good, because, you know, you see, you don't see it so much now, but if you go back 4 years, I remember this a lot. You know, you'd see those, I don't know how many of you remember them, but you'd see a top-down photo on Instagram of someone in the boutique trying on a trainer, let's say, and around them would be the same trainer in all the different colours. And then there'd be, you know, what trainer do you want, what size, I've got every colour that you need. And I think when they stamped that out, the ability for someone to just be like, yeah, can I have the black with the white in every colour please? I think when they stamped that out, that was a really good thing. And I haven't seen that practice literally in about 4 years. The only place now that I see those photos on Instagram are from people selling fakes, like blatantly. They're like, yeah, you can buy the Chanel trainers and they're £200. Still a lot of money, but nowhere near kind of what they actually are. So you don't really see that now. But what do you think about the whole reseller thing? Do you think it's good because it gives you the opportunity to be able to buy things that you can't get your hands on? Or do you find it a sort of a bit of a dirty practice, and one that boutiques should try and stamp out so that the average person can get hold of these? Let me know in the comments. And also, please, to Jay, let Jay know what you would do, based on the fact that Jay has already put down a non-refundable $600 deposit. What would you do? Let us all know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.